Now, we don't drop you here tonight, I'm afraid. This will be closed. We drop you at the west end at Charlotte Square, which is handier actually for Princess Street. Now, away ahead of us there is the Royal. Was a skeleton of a stillborn child. We do know that she had a miscarriage in Loch Castle when she was held prisoner there. She lost twins, a boy and a girl. Did she lose her child here? Did she have twins? Did one die? Did one survive? If she lost her child, who came to the throne in 1603 as James a few years ago? He discovered it was good for drainage, and now they call it Blaes, B-L-A-E-S, and it's now used and gone in my time, and hopefully in the future they will. But he died of a mastoid in his ear, and Mary's mother-in-law Catherine de Medici and Mary never ever saw eye to eye. So she returned here as a young widow, 1561. She married her cousin Henry Stuart, the Lord Darnley. Concerned about him, and they came looking for him and they found he was quite happy. It was here he wrote the poem The Lady of the Lake and the famous story Rob Roy. We'll be stopping just at the Woolen Mill. Now we stop at the Woolen Mill here, there's a bit more than us here, so please get your coffee first and whatever you're having, and if you want to have a wee look at the shop, have a look at that on your way out, because if you look, have a look, some of the people will beat you in and you'll be in a big queue for a coffee or a tea or whatever. Have you tried haggis? Oh, that's a new experience for you. I get my kill. I've drove Americans for years, and I used to say, have you tried haggis? Oh, I know what's in a haggis. Do you know what's in a Big Mac? I'll rest my case. You can try a haggis roll here. well matched. So put your phone in. I've driven JK earlier, and hadn't I hit it off right away because we had a Jack Russell like I had. Well, I just lost one at the time. So we hit it off with the dogs. And she's just a lovely lady. Really nice lady. We passed near the first station our way back. And to your right here is the Highland Estates. That was the land owned by Campbell of Glenlyon, who led the Campbells in the massacre of Glencoe. And when we come over this bridge just ahead of us, if you look away along the side of that tree, that little forest there, you'll see the ruins of a Highland castle. That point there is called the Black Mountain. To the right is Loch Baw, B-A, Loch Baw. Vans, cars, you see it's just totally amazing. The outdoor scenes in Skyfall at the end was filmed here, but the house, I would like to see that house. Apparently it's actually on a military training base in England somewhere. The walkway you see here is part of the West Highland Way. That goes from Glasgow to Forbury. where the McDonald's used to hide their stolen cattle. How they got them there is beyond my comprehension, I'm afraid. But in the 1920s, a walker discovered the remains of 5 bodies, 2 women and 3 children, and they were in a fairly good state of preservation. They thought there had been a murder committed. So the authorities were duly alerted, the remains were taken away, and they were carbon dated to 1690. So what they reckon they found were 2 women and 3 children that had escaped the massacre and perished in them.
carefully to the following announcement. It is for your safety and well-being on board. In the main saloon, please note the normal exits. There are also emergency exits on either side of the vessel. The ship has a life jacket for everyone on board. They're adjustable to most sizes. We also have life jackets dedicated to large persons and small children. They are stowed around the ship in chests with a life jacket symbol. We also have open inflatable life rafts. In an emergency, the crew would launch these or they can float free. Do not attempt to use them until instructed. Around the decks are a number of life buoys. Should anyone fall overboard, throw one in their direction and call "man overboard" as loud as possible. These pieces of safety equipment are here to assist you in case of emergency. Please do not interfere with any emergency. We signal by 7 short and 1 long blast on the ship's whistle. Please do not stand in the railings or seats. Out of the comfort of your fellow passengers, avoid running about and keep opening and shutting the doors.
Look to the shores and see famous landmarks in sight on the ship's bow and see some of the most beautiful scenery in Scotland. Look down into the dark waters and who knows what you might find.
Below deck, you will find sonar screens which will help you see what lies beneath the water. As we progress, you can see how the depth of the water changes, and you may even see strange shapes move across the screens. These are normally fish swimming below us, but you never know when you might see a shape which cannot be explained. Enjoy your cruise, marvel at the surrounding natural beauty, and listen to our story. Right. Loch Ness lies on a geological fault line, which essentially cuts Scotland into 2 halves. The Great Glen, as it is known, was flooded following the melting of Ice Age glaciers around 11,000 years ago, creating Loch Ness and several other lochs along the fault line. Loch Ness measures almost 23 miles, or 36 kilometres at its longest, and around 1 mile, or 1.6 kilometres wide. It is not the largest Scottish loch, nor the deepest. However, combining its length and depth, it holds the largest volume of fresh water in Great Britain. If you were to combine the water in all the lakes of England and Wales, Loch Ness would still have more. It holds an estimated 7.5 billion cubic metres of water. That's enough to fill 3 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. At its deepest point, Loch Ness is around 230 metres deep. That's twice the height of the Forth Rail Bridge and deeper than much of the North Sea. Watch the sonar screens to see if you can discover where the deepest section lies.
Even hardy Scots would think twice before swimming in Loch Ness, as the loch remains at around 6 degrees Celsius, with only the surface water getting a little warmer in the summer. Having said this, in the winter, the water is often warmer than the air temperature. As the temperature remains fairly steady throughout the year, the loch does not freeze over.
If you look overboard, you may see that the water is very dark, almost brown. This is caused by the peat content of the surrounding soil. Once you travel beyond 30 metres in depth, the loch is a dark abyss, with very poor visibility, making it a perfect hiding place for anything that wishes to remain unseen.
early 17th century. The chief of the Grants, who held Urquhart Castle, was not a Jacobite, and he and his 200 men held out until the Jacobite rising was defeated in 1690, but leaving the castle in 1692. Soldiering covered with snow. Farewell to the straths and green valleys below. Farewell to the forests and wild hanging woods. Farewell to the torrents and loud blowing floods.
just beyond the bridge is an oil terminal, Hound Point. And when the huge tankers load up, the weight of the oil in the tankers is more than the weight of the steel in that bridge. And you'll see the slipway on the other side, that's where Donald's boat is from. And it goes out, away up to Edinburgh Mile and drops people off up the one and comes back again under the bridges and back into the field. So you're looking from one boundary, and that's the Queen's Ferry crossing over on your right. So you've got the free bridge, you see, you're spanning three sections. A cantilever bridge, a suspension bridge and a cable stay bridge. This used to be a toll bridge. Then they scrapped it, and the only bridge in Scotland that was a toll bridge then was a bridge over to the Isle of Skye, but they scrapped the tolls on that as well.